Hi all and welcome to Unicorn Tales, our new column about the story of great and successful companies which became unicorn in fintech industry. Today, for the first episode, we are glad to introduce you Ignacio Zunzunegui, who is head of growth Southern Europe at Revolut. Thanks for being with us, Ignacio, and welcome.
Thank you so much, Matteo. It's a pleasure to be here with you.
So, Ignacio, in this column, we want to know about companies like yours, so like Revolut. And starting from the beginning, we want to talk about insight and highlights of the path that Revolut has done in these years from its foundation up to now. Could you please give us and tell us something about it?
Yeah, so I think we've come a long way since Nick Storonsky and Vlad Yatsenko launched Revolut in 2015. We're now at above 30 million customers worldwide in just only 8 years, becoming one of the biggest financial entities within the European Union. We're also present beyond Europe, also in US, Australia, Singapore, Japan, Brazil and New Zealand recently launched. And not only that, we've launched a light version of Revolut to reach all levels, all types of countries, such as Sri Lanka, Azerbaijan, Chile, Armenia, Moldova, where we believe that our product can be of added value. So I guess we have a very global vision, not only in terms of geographic penetration, but also in terms of product that we offer. We began as a travel card, but now we offer a lot more products that help our users manage their money on their day-to-day. How do we do that? Well, we've innovated and we've developed products within the credit area, such as pay later, credit cards, loans as well, that are offered in many geographies of the market, and we hope to soon launch them as well in Italy. We're also offering a lot of investment products that are also present in Italy, but also worldwide, that offer the possibility of US stock trading, are what we call flexible accounts that invest in money market funds and allows you to get a very high interest at a very conservative and low risk. And also are working on developing stocks in Europe and robo-advisor. In addition to that, we also have our suite of insurance products and of course our plans that adapt our product to more premium profiles, from getting discounts in foreign exchange, but also getting benefits like VIP access in lounges in airports, or simply getting a better price when investing with us. So at the end of the day, our vision from a global perspective is to offer a lot of types of products that answer all the financial needs in as many countries as possible. Regarding specifically Italy, I think where we really managed to grow and make a difference is in terms of penetration. We now are at 1.5 million Italians use us as their Revolut or as their financial account. And only in these last 10 months, we managed to add 500,000 persons. So that's a 50% growth in 1 year compared to the previous 6 years. Regarding our investment in the market, we're also investing very heavily to keep growing because we want to become a key player in the market. And we've launched for the first time a big TV campaign in the market to grow our presence in Italy as well. And finally, we're also trying to adapt that global app to local needs through the launch of products such as PagoPA, which will offer the possibility of paying your fines, your bills directly through Revolut, like any other Italian entity. So I think this is the mix of success that has brought us to this presence from 2015 to the 30 million customers that we are worldwide today.
And these figures and facts are really great as your success, but just to better understand the importance of this growth, what is, according to you, the real secret of a growth that brought Revolut from a travel card to a global digital bank?
I think I would pivot or would put the success on multiple elements. One is our deep focus on product. So whenever we launch a product, we do a very in-depth competitive analysis on what other competitors are offering. And we try to always make it what we call internally 10x better. So for example, if you are going to open a loan, we wanted to make it flexible so that you choose what day you want to pay, so that you don't have to pay fees when you close it. And overall, and everything on a few taps without having to go through any bureaucracy, waiting times. These are things that for us are crucial. And I think also the experience that we offer that is very native. At the end of the day, we are a app first product. We're not like any other traditional banking entity that is adapting their product to an app UI, but we are born as an app, which is the main touch point. So I think our product and our experience is one of the key features that has brought us that success. The second thing that I think has been a big differentiator in how we are growing at this pace is our price point. We don't have the overheads or the cost that potentially traditional banks have, which allow us to offer a very competitive price, normally market-beating price, at appealing, obviously, pricing, without having to sacrifice margin, being profitable. And that's also something that I think is a big difference, and that's why people use us. We, at the end of the day, offer a standard free account with no cost, with a huge quantity of benefits that in many entities you would have to pay for. And I think the third piece is obviously technology. Technology is what makes that UI, that pricing possible. And I think it's what glues everything together and what will make us differentiate versus the rest of our competitors moving forward, and why we believe that we can maintain this very aggressive growth ambition that we're going for in the coming years.
And clearly technology and the technological evolution helped this kind of growth, this kind of process, both in terms of business development and users approach. But sometimes, for example, in Italy, we are used to say that Italian people and Italian culture under a technological point of view it needs still some to overcome, we can say, some barriers in terms of cultural barriers or technological development barriers. So according to you, for the future, but also right now, what are the most important challenges to face and maybe opportunities to catch from this digital transformation, let's say, to keep growing in the market?
So I think the main, I mean, I would always track challenges and opportunities as a double-edged sword. No, I think one could say one of the challenges is the fact that we need to launch more locally relevant products, and that would be the sort of what we've done until now with PagoPA. That's something that globally is not a product that we offer, but that we need to offer locally. This potentially could be considered a challenge, and it's something that we're strongly working on. And in this case, we've already launched for the last 1 year and a half. You can now do payments with in PagoPA in Italy. The other aspect that I think is an opportunity is that we have the chance to gather learnings across all our geographies and scale products very quickly. So the speed of launching products and iterations is almost 10 times, 100 times faster than any other competitor. For you to understand, we are capable, every week we update our app with the new features and with bug fixes and changes. When you look at incumbent banks and you see the rate of them updating their app, we're talking about 3 to 6 month periods. So we're much faster when it comes to improving, iterating, and launching new products. That for me is the opportunity compared to other local entities within the market. The other opportunity for me in the market is that we want to become the main bank for Italians. We do believe we have the product suite on a global level, and that we are developing locally in Italy to attract users to use us as their main account. And for that we have to obviously overcome the challenge of trust, of brand awareness. And that's why in the coming as of this year and the coming years, we've invested very heavily in the market, almost doubling the awareness of our brand, of people that know Revolut as a banking entity, to try to make sure that little by little, Italians see Revolut as one more other alternative in the market. And that's something that we're also working on locally. And that also comes with building a local team, having local insights to grow even faster.
But according to you, in terms of cultural vision and maybe point of view from Italian people, institutions, businesses, in order to continue to promote this cultural change, this change of trust in your solutions, obviously, but also in fintech, maybe we can say, in order to trying to see a change in terms of vision of fintech, not only as an innovation in finance, but as the new finance, the modern finance. What are the main elements that can help we can say to promote this kind of change?
So for me, I'm going to simplify it a lot, and then I'll explain what that means. For me, the way we're going to do that change, that generational change on seeing fintech as the modern finance, are two pieces. One, product, and the second, growth. And let me explain what I mean. By product, we have to build a product that everybody, be it who it is, uses it and says, wow, this is much better than what I was using before. And I think we're already delivering that. Just for you to know, almost 70% of our growth in the Italian market is word of mouth, people talking about us positively. So I think that's one of the pieces. And that also is really strongly correlated to growth. I think at the end of the day, for a product to become mainstream, a company to become mainstream, or a technology to become mainstream, it's important that the growth rate is very accelerated. So the market penetration grows very quickly. And I think we want to lead the change in finance, and we are doing it at a very fast rate. As I said, only in Italy, we've grown 50% in the last 11 months. With the 500,000 new customers, and we're now at 1.5 at this rate, and we're accelerating that growth. By the way, we expect to reach 2 million in a very short while, and we could hopefully can announce it very quickly. So for me, how do we fight against those challenges? It's accelerating that curve adoption in the market, from early adopters to early majority to late majority. And I think that can only be done with a great product and a very fast growth.
And following this acceleration, according to you, there will be some trends to monitor or follow in order to keep growing and to get success in the market in next months or years?
Yeah, I mean, I think where we want to keep innovating is on two areas. And I'll mention why. One, we believe artificial intelligence is a key area for the way we innovate in the market. And what I mean by that is we're trying to develop a product that is more personalized, more adapted to the customer needs, without having that overhead, that level of cost that you would have from having 7,000, 8,000, 10,000 employees in a given specific market. So I think artificial intelligence will make a very big jump on offering a very personalized experience without the overheads cost that you would have had in the past. The other element where we're trying to innovate a lot is in trust. And by trust, I mean working on those things that drive trust for the user. And that's fighting against fraud. How do you fight against fraud? You fight against fraud in two ways. One, with technology, and two, with education. At the end of the day, many users are using their phones for the first time to manage their banking needs, or are quite new to it. So it's important, and that's what we've been investing in the past year. And we've seen in a survey that we sent that 54% of Italians feel vulnerable against fraud. Because of that, we've developed a set of courses that teach our existing customers on how fraud occurs and how to avoid fraud. This is something that, like any financially literate person knows how to manage their money, they also need to know how to avoid fraud. And that's why we as a company want to lead that education for the end user to believe how to manage fraud. The other part, as I said, is technology. And that's why we're investing a lot, not only from developing the tools to identify fraud, but also to have the number of persons in place to be able to manage this at scale. And just for you to understand, we've worked with the Revolut team, and more than a third of Revolut's workforce is working on financial crime, on avoiding financial crime. So I think the way we can grow and continue growing faster in a sustainable way is, first of all, through technology like artificial intelligence to give a personalized experience, and finally working on trust by educating about fraud and developing with as many persons as possible within the company to minimize that in our app.
And we hope, obviously, that this effort on education helps more and more people to really understand the benefit and the advantages coming from the use of fintech solutions. So thank you for being with us today and for your tips and advices, Ignacio.
Thank you, Matteo. It's been a pleasure to get to talk about Revolut, and we hope next time that we join you, we can talk about more milestones and more records within the company. Thank you so much.
Thank you too. So thanks to Ignacio Zunzunegui, Head of Growth Southern Europe at Revolut. And obviously we want to remember you that you can be aware and keep posted about the news on Milan Fintech Summit 2023 that will take place in Allianz MiCo, Milan, on October 9, 10th and 11th. And obviously you can find these news through our website milanfintechsummit.com and also through our social media channels, so LinkedIn and Twitter. Thank you for being with us and see you soon.